how to create an extraordinary vision that attracts the right people like an ice cream vendor in Death Valley. Now, I've always been what people call a big thinker. And to me, that's simply thinking at this vision level. And to a large degree, that's what separates us, the entrepreneurs, from the rest of society. We can see things that don't exist yet. I think that's really our superpower, right? The problem and the challenge is that getting those ideas, those plans, our dreams out of our heads and onto paper so that the rest of the world can see them too. Now, how many times as a business owner have you thought to yourself about an employee, a vendor, or even an investor that they just don't get the big picture? They just don't get it. You get frustrated because you can see clearly, yet other people struggle to understand. Well, that's what we're going to solve here. It's so much more powerful than the standard concept of a vision and mission statement. Now, this is a true story. When I started the marketing plan formula a little over a year ago, it began with a vision that was much like an epiphany. So I was teaching a handful of successful business owners about how to better organize their marketing efforts to be more effective and efficient when it hit me. The core concepts of the marketing plan formula, I could see them clearly in my head, but I had no tools or system for getting it out of my head and onto the piece of paper. And this was the only way that it was going to become a reality. I need to see that in order to figure out how to make this idea a reality. And so I began to do some research, and that's where I came across the work of Cameron Herold. Now, being a successful entrepreneur, I'm pretty sure you've heard of Cameron Herold. But if not only has he helped build 2 9-figure businesses, including 1-800-GOT-JUNK, he's also the author of multiple books, including the book called Vivid Vision. Now, this is the foundation of the process that I'm going to take you through in this module. And once I had invested the time to complete my own vision, it literally changed my life. No kidding. The first time I sat down and shared my vision with a group of business owners, the response was immediate and really frankly mind-blowing. I presented the vision I had written, and the very first sentence spoken I heard was, "Here, take my money," or "Sign me up." I'm not kidding. Those were the first 2 responses I heard. And that, my friends, is the response you want when people see your vision. This is much different from most vision statements today. Your vision should be inspiring. Your vision should move people to take action. So, how do you do this? How do you paint a picture so clear that everyone who reads it clearly understands what you're doing and where you're going, and can help put the pieces of the puzzle together to make it happen? And that is the Impact Vision framework that you have here. Okay, so the Impact Vision workbook. To complete this module, I cannot encourage you enough to take the steps and the time to complete the module worksheet. It will transform your business, I promise you. So let's get started. Simply first, browse the examples that I've provided to get an idea of what you're going to create. Then simply print out the worksheet below. Yes, you could do it electronically, but really, ideally, what I want you to do is get outside. Get away from your computer, get away from your office, get away from your employees and all your distractions. So please, just take my word for it, print this out. Then go secure a few hours. Eat a good breakfast or lunch where you're totally satiated, grab a cup of coffee or tea and head outdoors, all right? The further away from your office or home, the better. Now, I would encourage you to take 5 to 10 minutes and just get into the state, right? Like meditate, breathe, do whatever you have to do in order to get as present as possible. You will be channeling this inner vision that you have, and we're gonna try and take it out of your head and putting it on paper. And it kind of reminds me of, that clairvoyant in Poltergeist. Now, if you need help in this area, I've got a bonus section below with a friend of mine and the guru of flow, Andy Seth, on how to create a high definition vision. So next, this is where you bring your magic. Just read the prompts, maybe the example or two, maybe not, but really I just want you to start to write. Don't limit yourself to the space provided. Actually, grab a journal or use an extra sheet of paper. Get a legal pad. Feel free to use any additional sheets of paper, legal pads, journals, whatever you want. But get as much out of your head as possible. And don't judge. This is not the time to judge or evaluate your writing. We just want to dump out of your brain onto the paper. We're going to clean it up later. Now, you might want to take a few sessions to get this completed. I found that when I did mine, it took me, better part of a full weekend. As one idea I put down on paper, what I found is that it freed up the space in my brain so that other ideas could pop into its place. So carry your notes with you for the next week or so as you do this. And until you're confident that you have all your ideas really flushed out and down on paper. Now is when you want to spend the time to edit it. Now, I recommend hiring a professional writer or editor to help bring this vision to life for you. A professional writer is going to help make it clear. And the goal of this document is such that anyone reading it, they will know exactly what you're trying to build. I want you to spend the effort to have your vision created into a beautiful document that you can share with pride. Share with your employees, your customers, different marketing agencies. I want you to share it with anyone and everyone. Now, in the bonus section, I've also included links to some fabulous graphic designers who are familiar with the Impact Vision worksheet and can help create a beautiful, great vision for you. Now, the final step is to simply share the vision, right? It's going to be a little awkward at first. You keep putting it out there, but people are going to start to climb on board with you to help make it a reality. Or they're just going to be so repelled that you don't have to deal with them. But either way, it's a win-win, right? So in the following lesson, I'm going to walk you through the Impact Vision worksheet through each of the different sections. It's really straightforward, but I'm going to give you my 2 cents on each of them, and that's really what you invested in, right? Now, in the forum below, I'd like you to just quickly comment if you have any questions or concerns about this process. I really expect you to get it done in the next weekend. So get to work, print it out, and I can't wait to see and read your vision.